Yo Nation, what's going on with you guys, man? It's the Kill. It's Truth in the building, and today we are back at it with the discussions. In this video in particular, we are talking about the Valkyrie. So I don't know the Valkyrie that well, I'm gonna be honest. So I got somebody who does, and that is the homie Tallon Dillard. He is a Valkyrie main. Started off with Lawbringer when I was with Valk. Been rocking with her ever since season 1. So he also has a channel. So what I need you guys to do is stop this video. I need you to go over, click the link in the description, and go ahead and sub to Tallon Dillard, man. He's a really dope dude. So with that being said, Tallon, go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
All right, what's going on, guys? My name is Tallon Dillard. I am a very small content creator at the moment, but big aspirations for the future. I'm a Rep 42 Valk currently. I've been playing Valk since season 1, like he said, and I think that Valkyrie is probably my favorite character that has ever been released to this game, regardless of her spot on the tier list. But we have had a lot of issues with her, and we're here to talk about that today.
Indeed, indeed. So with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and get into the discussion. So first thing first, man, like I understand, like when I first started playing, like Valk just seemed like an impossible feat to beat. You know, because when you start playing, you know, you're dealing with light spam, you're dealing with the spear sweep, you don't know anything that's going on, you don't know how to dodge it, you don't know how to deal with it. But as season 2, season 3 happened, you know, it started to become a meme at that point, that since her like initial rework in season 1, well not rework, but initial buff in season 1, she was kind of like just left, and has been left for like ever since I should say. So what do you think is the main issue with Valkyrie to start things off?
You're completely right about her not getting any attention after season 1. I'm pretty sure after patch 1.03, the development team that was set out to work on Valkyrie died. So we're not really seeing much improvement on that end. In version 1.03, that was the only buff that Valkyrie has ever gotten that was exclusive to her as a character. The buff was a slight damage buff to her light attacks, bringing them up to, I believe, 15 damage instead of 12 on the second light in the chain. She still didn't get a damage buff to anything else, so it was kind of sucky. 24 damage on a shoulder pin, best deflect in the game. But let's talk about her issues first and foremost.
Indeed.
The issues with this character are her low damage values, being that of her being the only character that is able to do only 25 damage from neutral stance. Every other character has a heavy attack that can deal more than 25 damage in their kit. Hers are not able to do so. That being said, with her having assassin levels of health, this prohibits her from trading with any single character in the game, except from possibly Shinobi, but I tried duking it out with the Shinobi on multiple occasions, and that didn't end up too well. Neither with the Centurion, especially if he gets that charged heavy. But that being said as well, for the damage values that she has, her recovery times are extremely high. Her recoveries are way too slow for her to be the character that she is. She has a spear and a shield, and yet her recovery time is on par with that of Shigoki, who is carrying around a 150-pound chunk of wood. So we're wondering about him spinning that in a circle versus her sweeping hers across the ground and standing back up. I don't know if she's been wearing like steel-toed boots on top of ankle weights, on top of shoulder pads made of freaking adamantium. Wolverine would be proud of her for being able to lift that, but she can't stand up in time, to a point where the enemy is able to dodge the sweep, and then even while they're out of stamina, every character has the dodge recovery to guard break her and get a confirmed GB while out of stamina. That is the only thing in the game, aside from, you know, things that have hyper armor on stand up, that is able to give that kind of a reward. Even Warden's Shoulder Bash doesn't allow it.
Nope. And that's ridiculous. So, you know, like with the parry changes, they're going away from like free guard breaks, you know, for little things like that. So her trying to get her combo finisher, which is like the spear sweep into the heavy, the fact that you can dodge that and punch it so critically, and like just her dodge recovery in general. I know up until season 5, you would get a free guard break on Valkyrie for the dodge, for blocking, simply blocking the dodge light. I know they changed that with her in particular, but it just goes to show, like, her guard break animation is just, her recovery on a missed whiff guard break is just ridiculous. Her recovery is just horrid. Like, that is one thing I see that needs to change, is like her recovery. Like we were saying earlier, I believe that they took the hybrid aspect of her, like, you know, she's a assassin and heavy. They took the cons of both heroes and they placed it into the Valkyrie, and that equals just a shitstorm of like issues with her as a character as a whole. So in your honest, go ahead.
And in the end, what we're looking at is a character weak enough to where she doesn't deal as much damage as other characters, but she also has the assassin levels of health. So if you want to fight against something like a Nobushi that can escape her mix-ups very easily, Hidden Stance does escape most of her mix-ups except if she throws a heavy, and then try to trade that out versus the high risk, high reward. If I go for a sweep, that's a free bleeding light, very simply. And then after the bleeding light, that's a free overhead heavy confirmed every single time. And that being said as well, with her damage values being low, she could trade out with the Nobushi, definitely. But then the Nobushi could dodge one of her attacks and then get a free overhead heavy for almost 50 damage. With her having 120 health, that's a 3-hit death.
That's critical. Like, it's a critical hit. Like, it's like, I'll let you say it, like I'll let you like give it, but it's like, it seems to me that like her as a hybrid, I would say she needs more health. Like with her certain or particular predicament right now, she would need more health, but I'll let you tell it how you believe that they could apply some changes to her kit and or her move list or whatever to really like give her a better chance at being a better tier character. And what do you overall view the Valkyrie as a hero in this game?
Okay, right now I view Valkyrie as the most ignored in the game. Pretty much nothing has been done to her after Season 1 except for game mechanics in the core being changed. The All Guard change, which made it to where there's a 200 millisecond delay before her All Guard activates during a backdash, which I might add as well, makes her guard vanish entirely, meaning that she's entirely defenseless during dodges. Her delay on her deflect as well makes it harder for her to get a deflect than assassins. That's one of the core main changes that, as the game has evolved into something that's less reaction-based and more guess-based, that leaves you entirely open to every mix-up, which is kind of ridiculous in my point of view. The health issue is something as well. She could have her health increased to about a Warden, because Warden has just a slight bit more health than her, and I think that would be healthy, but that's not entirely necessary. I would say that her damage values are the thing that needs fixed up probably more than anything else, because if you have your mix-ups on point, it doesn't matter how little your recovery times are if you can guess your opponent correctly. If you have only 25 damage whenever you guess correctly, though, that is completely unacceptable, I think.
Indeed.
And it needs to be increased to either 30 or 32 to make her special in comparison to other characters. Because currently, only 30 damage is the highest that you can get off of a guard break with any current character. Adding it to 32 would put her higher on the tier list than even some people might believe she should be. Now, her recovery times I'll discuss. Her recovery time on the sweep is way too slow. Increase that recovery time or decrease that recovery time from what it currently is by about 200 milliseconds, and I would say that would give you, something pretty solid. That wouldn't allow an opponent that's out of stamina to guard break you on dodge, meaning that I wouldn't get ledged every time I fight a shaman on high fort. And, that's happened probably about 20 times by now, so I'm pretty sick of that. If they don't want to give her 30 damage on all of her heavies, at least her overhead. Another thing that she could use is a clean stand-up after her sweep. After her sweep, the opponent gets hyper armor on their recovery frames, so standing up means that they don't get interrupted. Whenever they stand up, a light attack is completely confirmed on Valkyrie. A 500 millisecond light on stand-up means that even if you sweep and you get your punish, you're still trading with your opponent. A lot of people didn't know about this, but Warden, as well as any assassin, can get a light attack off, meaning that Orochi back in Season 3 was able to get 32 damage off of me sweeping him. So my damage trade-off was 25, and I lose 32 health.
That's absolutely ridiculous. So you essentially traded for guessing correct or finishing your combo. You lost that trade. And that is still in the game. Ridiculous. I did not know that. See, that's why you're on here. That's why you're on here right now, to give the people the facts so they can go ahead and like understand or appreciate these discussions,
I haven't really made that public information yet, nor have a lot of things, because we didn't want it known while we were so weak. But I think that right now is the time where we really need to push the fact that Valkyrie is kind of in that broken state where she can't compete with any other character. Her recovery times on her dashing lights got fixed recently, and that's fantastic. Her dashing lights deal 3 less damage than gladiators, though. And gladiators are faster than Valkyries in their animations. Mm-hmm. So that's that's something that doesn't really need to be touched, I don't think. It doesn't need it, but it's definitely something to note that gladiator as well as shaman get 20 damage on their dashing attacks, whereas Valkyrie only gets 17. And they're all confirmed off of a parry, I might add.
And you see...
No,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go. I'm sorry.
So you see with these certain heroes who are like lower tier, it's reached a point where it's like their players are so dwindled down to their pure mains. Like I know you still play Valkyrie, you might, and you touch Shaman a little bit there, but you still play Valkyrie proud and strong. So it reaches the point where it's like these guys are like playing Valkyrie at such a good high level of player skill versus the hero that they're using, I should say, that people will kind of get misconstrued and think that, oh, they don't need a buff, they don't need a rework, because I get my ass kicked by Valkyries whenever I face them. It's like, it's not so much the hero, it's the player that you're interacting with. And I really wanted to get that point across here, because it's like people might think that Valkyrie doesn't need something, but it's like she does have really broken fundamentals in her kit, and I can see that as just like a player. So I can fully relate and understand where a lot of these Valkyrie mains are coming from, you know what I'm saying?
Another thing that I might add onto it is combos are extremely predictable. Her light to heavy is her only opener that begins with a light attack. So that leaves her with only one option after starting up a combo that's fairly unreactable sometimes, if you don't have good connection, that is. But then again, everybody can pretty much react to a 500 millisecond light unless they don't have thumbs.
Yep.
After a light lands, you can delay the second light, but even with that being said, it's a lateral light attack. So assassins can dodge out of your combo and get guaranteed damage because of her recovery times.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Like it's ridiculous, but we are rolling on 12 minutes now. Is there anything else that you would like to say at this point, like about Valkyrie in particular?
I think what Valkyrie needs is different combos. A light to heavy combo would be a game changer for Valkyrie 100%. Unblockables that are incentivizing to parry instead of dodge would be an amazing addition as well. Adding a light to heavy combo with the heavy being unblockable, or a light to heavy, or a heavy to heavy combo with the second heavy being unblockable. Things like that would be amazing for her kit. Giving her better recovery times would make her a better character. Giving her higher damage values would make her a better character. But overall, it's really just anything would make her better than what she currently is. And that is what needs to be recognized.
It's funny because I said that exact thing. Like, I don't know what she needs, but something, you know, can anything would be helpful. Anything would be helpful for this character, man. But with that being said, you guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Once again, make sure, if you haven't already, by this knowledge that he's dropped, go ahead and click that link in the description. Go ahead and subscribe to my homie Tallon Dillard. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Tallon, say goodbye to the people for me.
All right, see you guys later.
All right, and then we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace to the world, peace to the earth. We out, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's a wrap. Peace, y'all.